He's voting to adopt a report on the UAE extradition treaty. South Africa started negotiations with the UAE on an extradition agreement in 2010. It was signed by the Justice and Correctional Services Minister Michael Masutha in September. Lester Kivett for us in Cape Town. Lester, explain to me the importance of this decision.
Well, it seemed almost procedural, with MPs voting unanimously, agreeing to adopt this report by the Justice Committee on that extradition with the United Arab Emirates. What that means for South Africa in a contemporary context is that those wanted in connection with state capture investigations, and these most notably the Gupta brothers, can be now called back if South Africa wishes to issue an extradition notice to the UAE. The United Arab Emirates could then send those Gupta brothers back to South Africa to face questioning or even face prosecution here in South Africa based on state capture related offences. As I said, a almost procedural sitting this afternoon, with MPs spending just less than 30 minutes to discuss and also then to adopt this report by the Justice Committee, remembering that in September of this year already, the Justice Minister, Mike Masutha, already signing that agreement for an extradition treaty with the United Arab Emirates.
Is it an overreach to say that this is principally driven by the Gupta scandal, or has this been something that's been on the cards for some time?
Well, the ANC making a point to say that this is an extradition treaty that has been in negotiations since 2010 already, and that even as earlier as the year 2002, there had already been an extradition treaty and a mutual legal assistance agreement with the United Arab Emirates already mooted. But as was already discussed by particularly opposition MPs in committee already, they say that it seemed during the administration of the former President Jacob Zuma that there was some feet dragging by the Department of Justice in finalizing this extradition treaty with the UAE. There's now plenty of support now for the Justice Department to ask for the United Arab Emirates to ask for the return of the Gupta brothers to face the music here in South Africa. But at the same time, there is concern whether cases that have already been built up by the Hawks and other investigating bodies here in South Africa will be able to stand up in a court of law, with many opposition parties saying that the Hawks, as well as the National Prosecuting Authority, have been weakened to such an extent that they doubt that even if the Gupta brothers are brought back to South Africa, whether they'd be convicted of any state capture related offences.
All right, Lester Kivett in Cape Town.